I'm gonna wait for some people to come into the room. Says I got two people watching. What's up, fire team? Oh yeah, you welcome, fire team. No problem, bro. Yeah, yeah, I enjoyed that. Hope you're doing all right. And happy Easter, by the way. Happy Resurrection Day. Want to break it down a little bit. People know what it means. Oh, okay. One more song. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, anyway, happy Easter to everyone that's out there. That's right. That's right for our team. It is. Because we prefer, some of us call it Resurrection Day because, on the third day he rose. And a lot of times we get off into these paganistic, ritualistic holidays and go through all these um, motions and stuff like that, do all this commercial stuff that really has nothing to do with the holiday. Oh, it's Hitler's birthday too. Now that I didn't know. I learned something new. Man, but we get so caught up into these traditions and holiday. I guess I'll start. We get caught up in the commercial aspects of these particular days, and it just it's just another way to spend more money. Easter to me is like Easter has more people in church than Christmas Day. I mean, Easter is probably the second most profitable mainstream holiday. I thought it was Halloween, but it looks like Easter is. One of the things about Easter I don't quite understand is that the symbology of rabbits and eggs. I don't understand how those two are connected. I mean, I guess the egg's supposed to represent new life, and the rabbit represents fertility. It's somewhat a connection, but ultimately we celebrate Resurrection Day because on the third day Christ rose again after he defeated the forces of darkness and took back the keys to death and hell. So I don't understand how it came to be that we're celebrating this holiday the way we are right now. A lot of times that we get into these holidays and rituals, and yet we still got millions of lost people all over the world today. And that's one of the things. And the thing is that a lot of children are impressionable celebrating these holidays, celebrating and doing these rituals and stuff. A lot of them are just not prepared to even know what they're doing. But anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed their day today. I hope everyone went into the house of God at least. I hope everybody did something. I don't see too many people in the room right now, but I'm sure people will be here sooner or later. But other than that, though, whoever's in the chat, how's your day going? What did you do today? I know I went to church, spent all day there. You know, I had to go get my word on, you know, because I've been away for a little bit. Well, yeah, what did everyone else do today? Looks so far like it's only 2 people in the room. So yeah. So the practices of Easter as we celebrate today are rooted in paganism, and even more so in today's vernacular, commercialism. It's just another way for them to milk you for money. You wind up overspending and things like that. What's up, Ira? Welcome. Aloha to you as well. Yeah, I'm just talking about Easter and the significance of it and what it means truly. Ma Kim, how you doing? A lot of these, but yeah, Easter is just another one of the holidays that people go out their way to do whatever. I've always said this about holidays. It should take more than a holiday for you to get together with your family and your loved ones. That's something you should be doing anyway in general. And that's really how I feel about the whole situation. We talk about what everyone else is doing. We talk about all these other things that really have nothing to do with anything, and then we wonder why we still have what we have. Exactly, Malcolm. I agree. Many of them are pagan and do have a dark history. And a lot of times we celebrate these pagan holidays and don't know exactly what it is we're celebrating. One thing about us as a people, we just run into a situation blindly without even bothering to giving it one iota of research. Because a lot of times when people celebrate the holidays, they're only indulging and more interested in themselves. The holidays is a self-indulgent time to do anything. And then people are at the same time studying. Hawaiians got a Laos. That must be like a, so is that like a Hawaiian alternative to Easter or to the holidays period? Oh, luau's, got it, luau's. Party. Mm-hmm. Right, got it. Yeah, I forgot it's called a luau. But the thing is about us as black people, one thing I'm realizing is that we're probably the most influenced people too. Anytime when something happens in mainstream society, black people, what's up, Gab Talk Media? Y'all check out Gab Talk and check out Makeem and Ira Z, as well as Fire Team. Everybody check each other out. Go network one another. I'm just giving a breakdown of these holidays and how they think. Hey Monique, some Monique love breaking down these holidays and what they really mean. To me, Resurrection Sunday Resurrection Day. Yeah, Ishtar. I've heard that word. Resurrection Day to me has always been about Christ rising, saving us from our sin after dying on the cross. These paganistic rituals are nothing more but more ploys and plights to get money out of you, to have you spending, and to have you basically just socializing and doing things that you probably would never do during the rest of the year. My thing is this, is that we as black people, we are so easily influenced, we are so easily swayed to follow everyone else's lead. It's like society is the Pied Piper and we're the rats that's falling in, because it's hardly anyone follows our lead except to get something out of it. But we got to get it together, people. As I stated before, there is a vested interest in our complete destruction, and they'll even use the holidays to implement and execute that destruction. But it's not necessarily them. We're doing it to each other. We're doing it to ourselves. But I don't want to get off into that there, because I've already had that talk. The holidays known as Easter comes from the word Ishtar. Easter was a day that's celebrating the resurrection of Christ from the dead. It's preceded by a 40-day event known as Lent, and then there's Good Friday. The way I look at it is that every day is good. Every day that you can wake up and still be on top of the earth and not the earth on top of you, to me, that's a good day. That's a good day. Then there's also, they have what's known as Holy Week before Easter. I believe they celebrate the Passover. But a lot of times when people celebrate something, they don't know exactly what it is that they're doing it themselves. It's always been instinctual. Recently, I just learned to be a critical thinker and open up my mind more into how these things work. What's up, Midwest? But Ishtar, or Easter, was a pagan holiday. I believe it's even got its roots in mythology too. The period known as Passover was a Jewish celebration where they celebrated Christ, and the Passover included the Last Supper. And hey, Megan, Midwest. Midwest. Exactly. It is funny how these holidays are treated from their original origins, but that's the thing, is we are so easily influenced into following these traditions. Now, just like Christmas has nothing to do with no fat, jolly white dude sliding down the chimney. That doesn't even make any kind of sense physically. But yet these are myths and stories that have been passed down from years and years, generations. And the same could be said about the Easter Bunny. I mean, what I know the rabbit's supposed to represent fertility, but the rabbit representing, I don't see no connection that has toward Christ. And then laying eggs. But yeah, I mean, I just want to put that out there. I wonder what everyone else's thoughts are on these holidays, or as some will say, the holidays. Because you get more people during the holidays that are so full of hell than anything. And Easter's no different. Of course, you know, you got people come to church in their Sunday finest, and then once they leave, they go home and act a damn fool. Or don't even go home. They may go to the club and act a fool. They 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 just do that and don't understand why they're losing money and stuff. Because like I said, the holidays are hella expensive, and you will lose your mind as well as your money. I mean, why don't we? Why don't we as a society go back to celebrating the holidays the way they were meant to be? What's up, Spirit of Truth? Yo, you're welcome. The Spirit of Truth. I like to try to educate the masses, try to let people know what's really going on and how to, just basically how to celebrate something without getting into the traditional aspects of it. But a lot of times we get so caught up in the holidays and what they do and what they mean that for us to educate one another, again, it's almost like an exercise in futility. But that's the type of person I am. And if I could share some wisdom and some knowledge and understanding, I will. I'm not selfish. But so you have the Easter Bunny. I guess the Easter Bunny is trying to take is like the Christ figure, trying to take the place of Christ, whereas Christ has no double. He has no equals or no placements. Well, when he rose again the third day, after defeating the forces of darkness, by that he solidified our eternity, our future, with his own life. And I just wanted to be thankful for that. So yes, Easter came from the word Ishtar. And I believe these were gypsy type people. They traveled. These are some of the people who traveled to see Christ. And a lot of people think they were Magi, which were, I think, the Magi were like magic men. They practiced in certain arts. They try to push back on Christ himself. But as always, Christ will prevail. And he is going to be the final say-so. So we say we get into these holidays and don't realize what it is we're getting into and don't know how to get into something and get out. But other than that, though, how's everyone else doing today? Glad to see I got 6 watching. How is everyone doing today? Like I said, I went to church today. Typical holiday hubbub. and just went there and to praise the Lord and stuff. But yeah, that's my breakdown of Easter. That it actually came from a Hallmark card. So what was it that I wanted to make some more points too about Easter? Yeah, why do we celebrate these holidays? Why are we so quick to want to throw our hard-earned money away over something you're probably not going to even use again? Oh boy, I need to sit up. Sorry to be chewing this gum. But I'm not trying to destroy anyone's Easter or Resurrection Sunday. I'm not trying to ruin it for people. I realize some people are with their families. If you're watching this, anyone, I appreciate it. Everyone support one another. I hope everyone's doing that. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I drop more videos. Everyone support the channel too at paypal.me/Real Aaron Collins. I appreciate that from everybody. Because once again, I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. Oh. Sorry, y'all. I think I got a stiff neck. Sometimes, I don't know, I think if I'm laying wrong or something when I sleep. Ooh, especially over here. Easter, though, is it's a man-made holiday. Resurrection Sunday is the day that we celebrate and commemorate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Easter has long been a very paganistic holiday. I still remember some of my classmates back in second grade. I wonder what some of them would think today. Seeing a black man, seeing a, yeah, what was I talking about? What was I even talking about? Oh, Gregory Mims, how you doing? What you say is that Matthew 12:40, Jesus said he'll be dead 3 days and 3 nights. Good Friday to Easter is 1 day and 2 nights. Right? And celebrating this Good Friday, that's the Friday before the actual holiday of Easter. You know, where people just come and celebrate with one another. There's even something called Lent, which is a 40-day period before Easter. And I believe that's mostly observed during by Roman Catholics, Lent. And by the way, I wanted to send my condolences to all the people in Sri Lanka who lost their lives on Easter. I read something kind of disturbing, though. Donald Trump is pledged that America will do all they can to help. You know, that's the thing. The United States is always wanting to get involved in other affairs, but very rarely do we get help. How is it that you can help another nation? And once again, my condolences do go to the people, but let's just put things in perspective. How are you going to help another nation? And you got people here in your own nation that could use the help. And that's the way I feel about that situation. That the United States, we put so much emphasis on what this country is doing, what that country is doing, even try to make sanctions against them. And you believe that? But this is supposed to be a day. Pardon me. This is supposed to be a day of love, and someone turned it into an instrument of hate. We get that. If we celebrate, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with celebrating holidays. Don't get me wrong, but we need to celebrate them in context. Celebrate the true meaning of Happy Easter and Resurrection Day. We need to celebrate. Well, let me correct myself. We should celebrate the true meaning behind it. But I know everyone here doesn't read the Bible, and you know what? And I'm not trying to force my beliefs, religion, or faith off on no one. That's not the purpose of me being here. I just want to simply just break down Easter. It's a lot of things that have to do with the Council of Nicaea, where they discussed a lot of stuff. And, even though a lot of these practices are antiquated, we're still dealing with the effects of it today. So, once again, everyone, I do want to say Happy Easter. I'm probably not going to be on here long because I'm actually kind of tired myself. I want to start doing these streams though more during the day, because the one thing I continue to discover is that, man, I get so sleepy and getting sluggish at night. And then I feel like I'm just tripping over words to say right now. Anyway, everyone, I hope you all learned something, a little something, that from my breakdown of Easter and Resurrection Sunday and what it truly means. I just want us to get out of the paganistic, ritualistic way of Easter and come back to Christ and celebrate like that. Anyway, everyone, I hope everyone's meeting each other. I hope everyone's getting to know one another. Hit the bell icon once again to be notified at paypal.me/The Real Aaron Collins. And with that said, everyone, I really do have to wrap it up. I would normally be on here for about an hour, but I'm just tired. I've literally been out all day today. Been all day at church, in between services. It was good. But anyway, for those who are just getting here, just catch the playback and put your comments in there. Well, what's up, Clarence? Clarence Ray, man, brother, haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, man, it's so good to see you. I'll probably stay on here for a little bit. Tell y'all what, I'll stay on here for maybe another 20 minutes. I'm doing well, Clarence. I'm doing so well. I hope you're doing well as well. Okay, I just repeated that. I hope you're doing well too. I was just breaking down what Easter meant, the difference, breaking down Easter, Well, and what we call, some of us, Christians, we call it Resurrection Day because it's really about the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. And after he defeated the forces of darkness, there was hope for us. So this day is very important and very special. There is hope for us, though. How he fought for us so that we can be in eternity with him as well. But yeah, it's good to just see everyone, and I'm just glad to see how everyone's doing. I want to start doing these streams though more during the day, because these late night streams, I tell you, these late night streams can be a real booger. But anyway, everyone, I'm gonna go on and wrap this up and just think about what I'm saying here. I would normally be on a little bit longer, but I'm up against the ropes. I'm doing the rope a dope right now. Hey Trish, no Easter here? I hear you. Yeah, I celebrate. I call it Resurrection Day. Because truth be told, all Easter is just another commercial holiday. All it is just another way for these retail outlets and things to profit and make money off of us. That's all. Clarence says they won't even. Oh wow. They won't even let me go lower because they claim that I need 1,000 subscribers. I can do it on a desktop and a laptop, but not on a phone. Yeah, Clarence, YouTube's got these new rules. You gotta have 1,000 subscribers in order to be able to go live on your phone. I know. Yeah, I do too, Trish. Celebrate life. So, you say don't go. I'll tell you what, I'll try to stay on a little bit longer. I'll try to stay on a little bit longer. I won't fight it though. But like I was telling everyone, for those who didn't hear it, those who just came in, I've tried to celebrate these holidays for the true and original meanings they were meant to be celebrated. And Easter is just one of them. Easter is another holiday that I try to celebrate for the reasons to which they were made to celebrate. The resurrection of Christ is definitely some reason to celebrate it too. Clarence, I really miss listening to the Clarence Ray here. You all support that brother. He does a lot of breakdowns too on his channel on how things work, and he does a lot of breakdown on what scriptures mean and, breaking down the Bible. The Passover was a Jewish day where everyone got together and had a meal. I meant to say they won't let me. Oh, yeah, I read that. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much spent the whole day in church. We had some pretty good services. Also went to church yesterday too, saw a nice production. It's real nice, It's really good. We saw a production, one with Fringe. There's Lent. There's also Day of Lent, which is I believe if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that Lent is a Catholic tradition. So when they got together at the Passover, which is another way for like the Last Supper, everyone was coming together. Everyone was like spending their last time, their last moments with Christ, and it breaks that all down and what it really meant. There is a way to go live on your mobile using other apps like Streamlabs. Look into also Streamlabs can do that even from a phone, even if you don't have 1,000. I know that. How is it being black in California or LA? Well, we already know that California is mostly the dominant group in California is Hispanic. You know that. Um, I would say being black here is probably like being black anywhere else. However, being black here is we don't a lot of areas, particularly in Los Angeles, a lot of historically black areas are being gentrified, and that's something we desperately need to be fighting. We need to be talking about this because we're pretty much we're black people are consistently being moved out of different neighborhoods. Certain neighborhoods blacks are being pushed out of. So now the black presence here is still pretty strong, but we're definitely outmanned. Hey, Nikki. Nikki C. Divine Perfection. Y'all support Nikki C. Now, Nikki is another good person. Nikki's another good sister, queen, real sweetheart. She breaks it down, gives everyone anecdotes. She gives everyone advice. And also, Nikki does hair too. Nikki does hair and she sells bracelets and stuff. So definitely hit her up. And the blacks that I've come across still living in California are so beat down they don't even want to hear about white supremacy or conscious talk. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of blacks here have brought into this so-called American dream, and there's also a large epidemic of swirling here as well. But my thing is this: you definitely gotta we can make do with what we got because as people we still just survive. We still know how to survive. I'm just thrown off by LA life. Well, I came out here to pursue the film industry, which I'm currently working in from an independent. I'm loving it. I love LA. LA is a great city. It's a great town. It's fun. But being someone born and raised in Chicago, I can see the differences I can see the differences and the similarities. So yeah, I hope that really means something right there. But Easter is one holiday where a rabbit represents the holiday. And once again, I don't get that. You need to come to New York with me and my peeps. Uh, Actually, I would love to visit New York. I've got family that lives in Manhattan. I would definitely love to visit New York. What are the similarities, Nikki? You say, well, let's see, Chicago and LA, the similarities. It's just in the breakdown of the neighborhoods of, especially in the black neighborhoods. I could walk through some areas of South Central, and it reminds me of the South Side of Chicago. It's just the vibe here. It's just a certain vibe. So there are some similarities between New York and Chicago. I mean, LA and Chicago from that perspective. I hope I answered your question there. But there's one thing I can say about this holiday. It does preach hope, and there is hope. New York life is like no other. I can dig it. Now there is hope in Christ, and there's actually hope for the world. It may not look like it, but we do have hope. Everywhere is slow. Yeah. You know what though? Sometimes it's good to slow down. Sometimes it's good to not be so fast. Exactly. See, Trish, exactly. We're right here. There is hope. I mean, just when you think that humanity couldn't get any worse, there's always hope. A hopeful situation happens. Just when you want to give up on people, something happens that'll change your mind. So the one thing that the resurrection of Christ definitely did steer and bring in was hope. I'll rest when I'm dead. I know that's right. And sometimes, you gotta have that type of attitude. Is that, listen, yeah, Trish, no time. And we definitely gotta take advantage of the time. Like in the movie Dead Poet Society, Carpe Diem, seize the moment, seize the time, and we have to have that type of attitude. See, who is this? Um, how do you pronounce that? XWSM Ghost. Hmm. I got herpes and gave it to a lot of female because I passed it like a blunt. Okay, I think we got a troll. Brother the Nubian, what's going on, brother? You got herpes and gave it to a lot of females. Okay. So here's what we gonna do about you and your herpes. Because that's not the type of string we promoting here. One thing about me, I don't deal with disrespect, and I don't necessarily hate trolls because if you're a troll but actually want to come in here and listen to the topic or what's being said, I'll let you stay. But once you start acting up and making statements to throw the chat off, can't have that. I mean, I run a usually I run a I run a respectable stream. I mean, I'm a easy person to get along with. I'm not a hard person to get along with. I like to think I'm a compassionate and a sweet person to get along with. I don't like to go into I don't like to go into war mode and stuff like that, but I gotta keep a peaceful chat for the sake of everybody else. And also, this is also something else I want. If two people have issue with each other, I would appreciate if you would leave the chat and then handle the situation out there. And once you all could come to some kind of agreement, then come back inside. Yeah, Trish, it is necessary sometimes, but when you want to settle down and just have the chat and just talk with the people, I don't feel like getting into it. Ooh, man. One thing about phones, I tell you, phones are just, I'll say this, at the end of the day, it's still a phone. Brother the Nubian, man, what you been up to, bro? I'm glad to see you. What's that AZ life like? Did it warm up? Yes, I know, I'm a giant. Yeah, I know, brother the Nubian. Oh boy. That laugh kind of woke me up a little bit. Thank you. I was breaking down the meaning of Easter, the true meaning of it, Resurrection Day, and how the way that it's celebrated today is a whole bunch of commercialism where these retail corporations just get more money. They just profit. All it is profit. Whereas Resurrection Day is the meaning of Christ resurrecting after 3 days. It's okay, yeah, it's warming up. It was nice today, like 80 something. Oh, okay. Cool. So yeah, everyone, want to apologize for that individual making the herpes remark. I didn't see that coming, but I'm not surprised either because one thing about whenever there's peace, chaos can't stand peace. Chaos can't be in the same room with peace because peace is going to always block chaos out. And I've stated before, I run a peaceful stream. And I want people to feel safe when they come in here. I want people to feel welcome. I want people to feel good about being here. See, that's the vibe I push. That's what I'm about. I'm about peace. I'm about the love and happiness and all that other mushy stuff, as people say. I'm about it. I'm not some of these other channels where it's all about people talking about someone's hair and makeup and stuff. That's not what I'm about. You're about to head home from the plantation. I know that's right. Worked a different days this week because I took a few off due to dental issues. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get my teeth looked at soon too. Had a few of them chip off, so I definitely have to go look into that. Yeah, Resurrection is when Christ rose again on the third day after defeating the forces of darkness. So now we do have hope. We're no longer doomed. There is hope for us. So what did everyone else do today? Brother the Nubian said that he went to the plantation. Trish, what did you do today? Did you go to church or anything like that? What did everyone else do today? I'll wait. Don't leave me hanging, everyone. Put in the comments what you did today for me. Had to tell folks I don't do Easter several times, right? I respect that. Because some folks don't celebrate the holidays. I get that too. Now, I respect people's beliefs and faiths, and a lot of people just don't celebrate the holidays. Okay. What kind of topics can I find to talk about that's related to this? I guess I asked this question. What do chocolate bunnies and Easter eggs have to do with this holiday? It's just another pagan, another pagan system. All it is, a lot of these things are just meant to be decoys to distract us from the other issues, to distract us from the true meaning of Resurrection Day. I think I'm repeating myself. These are all designed to just be distractions for us. But other than that, though, the holidays are just more another way to make a profit off of unsuspecting members of society who don't do research. So, yeah. So let's see who's all in the room today. Got 6 people watching. Want to give shout outs to Brother the Nubian, Trish, Midwest View, give shout outs to Gab Talk Media. He was here. Nikki C. Clarence Ray was here. Mackham was here. Just give shout outs to everyone. And also give a shout out to the troll that was just here. That at least you took the time to come in and see what I was up to. But I just can't have the disrespectful comments. That's all. I don't tell them Ramadan Kareem during Ramadan because I don't assume they're Muslim. They shouldn't assume I'm Christian. And I respect that too, Brother Danubian. Yeah, gotta respect that. Definitely. Because everyone is an individual. You know, we don't all think alike. We don't all behave the same way. We don't all do the same things. And people definitely need to understand and respect that. Yeah, that's a good observation there, Brother Danubian. Real good observation. Because we live in a world today where people make assumptions. People assume that you're this, assume that you're that, and that could be nerve wracking. It's like, ask me what you think of my life. Ask me what I am before you start assuming and just thinking things are what you think they are. You know, just remember everything is not always what it is. Everything is not what it's all cracked up to be. Everything is not everything. I put it this way is we don't live in a black and white world anymore. It's just gotten complicated because we have a lot of gray areas. If that's not making any sense, we have a lot of. It's like we live in a day and age. It's like where everything, anything, and everything goes. There are no morals anymore in society. The ball was dropped a long time ago. But that's not to say, once again, that there's no hope. There is hope. I definitely assume and believe that. I know that to be true, that there is hope. We just got to watch as well as pray. Also, shout out to Spirit of Truth for being here as well. But one thing about assuming is that when you assume, you make an ass out of you. And I know that's definitely the oldest saying I've heard. But never assume. Never assume. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. What else can we talk about here? Sometimes it's tough to. That's the sucker who disrespected the real Christ. Right? And I'm smart enough to realize Caesar Borgia was not the real Christ. He was someone, I forget who Caesar Borgia was connected to. I believe it was Michelangelo, or he was connected to one of them. And they painted a picture of Christ with more Caucasoid features when it clearly states his description and how he looked. He had melanistic features. He had his skin was like bronze, which is dark. All throughout our life, they have always tried to whiten history. But we know that's not going to fly. Those of us who are smart. But everyone, it has definitely come to the hour mark. Man, that hour sure seems like it goes fast. But man, I didn't think I could hold up to an hour, but I guess I did, y'all. But those who have just come in, just catch the playback, and I hope you can learn something from it. I really do. The historical Jesus wasn't the Christ. Christ comes at the end of Satan's rule. Well, he was the Christ because he was the king. Well, I appreciate your wisdom too, Brother the Nubian. Man, we go way back, Brother the Nubian, me and you. Good to see you, man. I'm always glad to see you, brother. But listen, once again, everyone, catch the playback. I love you all. Support the channel at paypal.me/TheRealAaronCollins. And y'all, keep hope alive. And I'm not trying to sound like Jesse Jackson, but there is hope. And I want everyone to know that. So once again, everyone, God bless.